In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a new rainbow loom bracelet called the Flower Fun Tower Bracelet. It's based on the Flower Fun charm, but when you make the charm, you just make one flower and take it off. And in this video, I'm going to be just leaving it on and making a bracelet out of it. So what you need to do is have one loom and have it in a rectangle shaped pattern. And what you can do is also move your blue connector piece up so that there's space for the bracelet to work its way down. I've chosen all different rainbow colors for this bracelet. For every level you'll need 6 bands of one color and then 3 bands of another color for the center. That's going to be like one flower, but it's going to just keep growing one on top of the other, so you'll need several of each color. So we're going to work with these 6 pins right here. We're going to be making a triangle shape, and I'm going to start with my first color, which is red. I'm going to start on the very bottom right, and I'm going to place the band up to the left diagonally and twist, and then push it down. I'm going to take another red. Again, I'm going to do red on this whole level. I'm going to go up diagonally to the left again, twist, and push down. Now I'm going to go across the top, and we're twisting every band. Again, I'm going to work my way till I get to the end, across the top, and now I'm going to come down the side, again twisting with all red, and then back to the start. So that's what your first level should look like. Now secondly, I'm going to put on what would be the center. So I've chosen yellow for all of my centers. You're going to start here at the bottom and stretch it all the way up to the top center pin. And then from my second yellow, I'm going to start in the very middle and stretch up to the far right. And then lastly, I'm going to start at the top left and stretch it down to the right center pin. So that's what the second layer should look like. And once I have these 2 on, I'm going to take off the bottom layer, which is red. So I'm going to start with the very bottom rubber band. I'm going to pull it out and over the top. Then I'm going to go to the next one up, again pull from the bottom and over the top. And I want to take a second red rubber band off and over the top. We're just going to work our way around the triangle in the same pattern that we put them on. So I'm going to go up here, grab the bottom, over the top, and then a second red over the top. Now for this middle pin here, it's a little hard to grab, so if you take your hook, push these bands back, it's easier to see. You want to grab the bottom red and pull it over, and then the next red. Then we go to the next pin, grab the bottom red, pull it over, second red, and pull it over. Now we go down to the next one, grab the bottom, over the top, and the second red, and then we're back down to our final red on where we started. So now you should have all of the red bands removed. So you want to push that down, and we're going to start our next color, which I have orange. So I'm just going to follow the same pattern again, start at the bottom, work my way up diagonally. I'm going to twist, again up diagonally and twist, now across the top and continuing across, again twisting, and then back down the right side, and then back to the beginning. And now that we have that layer on, it's time to take off the bottom layer, which now is our yellows. So you want to grab it from the bottom and pull it over the top. I'm just going to work my way around the triangle. Now up to the top. Again, if you use your hook and push back, you can get a better view to grab the yellow and pull it over. And then we're just going to remove this last one. And now all of the yellows should be off and you should only have orange on. And then you want to push all of that down. You always want to keep pushing the bands down so you have room to put your next layer on. So now I'm back to yellow. And again, I'm going to start at the bottom, stretch it all the way up to the top center. Now with a middle pin, I'm going to stretch that up diagonally to the right, and then finally the last two pins that don't have anything on, the yellows goes on there. And now that I have those on, I'm going to take the underneath layer off, which is going to be the orange. Again, I'm grabbing from the bottom over the top. I'm going to be removing 2 orange bands from each pin and just working my way around. You're always going to be doing this same pattern. You'll be having 6 bands of whatever color flower you're doing, and then 3 bands for the center. So it's always going to go 6 and 3 and 6 and 3. And you always just want to take off whatever row is on the bottom. So now I should have all of my orange bands removed. I want to push this down and start with my next color, for which I have green. So I'm just going to keep working in this same order, and I'll fast forward here, and as your bracelet grows, it's going to come down through the opening here. It might be a little hard to push down, so you just want to try and squeeze it down in there, and once it gets down a little ways, you can grab it from underneath and pull it down, and it's much easier to work its way down that way. When your bracelet is to the length that you'd like it and you're ready to take it off, what I would recommend is to stop at the level that would be the center of the flower, the one where there's just 3 bands on, and start at the bottom right pin. You want to pick it up on your hook, leave it on your hook. You can hold on to it with your finger, go to the one diagonal to it, the other end that you had placed on, and pick that one up too, and then loop the bottom one through the top, and then put it back on the pin. Next, I would go to the middle pin. Again, pick up the band, hold on to it, go to the one diagonal to it, pick it up, loop the bottom through the top, and then put it back on. And finally, grab the last band that you haven't done anything with yet, go across to the one diagonal from it, get them both on, loop the bottom through the top, and then when you have that on, you can grab the other 2 that you've already done. So you want to go down through the center, put it on, and then again loop the bottom through the top, and then go and grab the last one and pick it up. Now you can take the whole thing off of your loom. So you have 2 bands left on. So you can either put a clip on both bands, or you can loop one through the other so you're left with just one single band. So I'm going to take my S-clip going to link this through, and then I'm going to take the other side, which is the side where the flower is, and what I want to do is to grab some bands that are inside, something that is not very visible. I want to pull that out, and I want to link this through on the other side of the clip. And then what I want to do is to hide the clip in the center of the bracelet. So I'm going to try and push this inside so it's not very visible. And then here is your bracelet. This is the pattern, and then at the top you have your flower. And if your flower needs a little help, what you can do is just, you can pull some of the ends to get it to look as nice as possible. When you pull one band, it's going to make another band go in, so you just have to play with a little bit to get it to look the way you'd like.